All right, it's 5 o'clock. I'd like to call the Clewiston City Commission meeting, our regular meeting to order. It's October 20th, 2025 at 5 p.m. If you would, please stand and join me. Pastor Scorsia is going to open us up with prayer and then join me in the pledge.
Good evening, everybody. Before we pray, I'd like to say a few words. Short.
Go ahead.
During this month of October, all the Christian churches around the whole country are celebrating or recognizing all the ministers. And I would like to recognize our city mayor, who is a minister of God. I would like to ask an applause for him. And if there is anybody else too that is a minister, my congratulations and my respect. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, who are in heaven, we call upon your name and we ask you, Lord, to guide us through all this meeting. We ask you, Lord, to give strength and also wisdom to our city mayor, all the commissioners, the whole team, and everyone, all the leaders in our community, because we know that they have to face many different situations throughout the year, throughout the months and weeks and days, especially in these latter days that we are facing so much corruption everywhere. We ask you, Lord, to give them strength, to give them that wisdom that only can come from you. And we also thank you, Lord, because we put our trust in you, O Lord, because you have all the power and you're the one who guides us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. Madam Clerk, if you would do the roll call.
Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Edmonds.
Here.
Commissioner Gardner.
Here.
Vice Mayor Heislope.
Here.
Mayor Pittman.
Here.
City Manager Williams.
Here.
City Attorney Tuck.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. Any changes to the agenda? I know we pulled.
Yes, Mayor. Agenda item number 10 will be removed. And also under Chris Cooper's discussion, he's adding one more. I believe it's on Saginaw. He will be bringing that up to your attention when he speaks. And that's it.
Okay, now we'll have public comments on any non-agenda items. If it's on an agenda item, you'll have a chance to speak during that item. Is there anyone that would like to speak?
We have Kathy Brown.
I'm one of those Grammys that sits in front of Central every day. I'm usually one of the first four. I park on that disgusting pavement every day for 2.5 years with a brand new car that I bought 2.5 years ago, and it has 20,000 miles on it. And today I had to replace all 4 tires from the pavement that has been rotting my tires out, according to Jimmy's Tire Service. Cost me $1,180 today. Can you do something about the pavement up there?
We will have our Public Works look at that, if you'll make a note.
Can we know exactly where the pavement is at? Is it on the road you're parking, or is it on the side of the road?
The street, and then you have the little bit of pavement on the side of the street, up close to the
Fence.
crosswalk. Little, probably 6 cars worth of pavement.
It's not on the actual street itself, it's on the side.
It's part of the street, but it's on the side of the street, but it's all cracked, it's all been. Drive over and take a look at it.
Is it by the sidewalk?
No, sidewalk's farther over.
So is it on,
You
Mar-
got the street, grass, sidewalk.
is it on Margaret Street, which is the street that comes back up to W.C. Owen, or is it in front of the school?
Right in front of the school.
Okay.
This is Central, this is east side, it's right here on the side. So keep people that go to East Side get to park on the whole section of the street that would be coming down.
Can she come back to the mic? I mean, that's South Dean Duff. I've been through there. I'm not quite sure would she'd have any. Margaret Street, Sonora, or they all look good. Arroyo. I mean, I don't
I think
quite
it's off-
understand where
Right
she's having issues.
outside of the school.
But are you going?
If
north
I'm
or
going
south?
towards the school to pick them up, I come off the side street by the canal and I make my left and I come up that street and then I have to park on the side to wait
You're coming
because
in front of East Side,
right in front of Central,
but then you're making a left to get in front of Central.
right.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with East Side. It's strictly
Right,
in
but you
front of
come
Central.
down In front of East Side, and then you make a.
When you're on
Is
the
it
east side, you're on
inside?
the regular street. You make the left, you're on the regular street until you get up close to within 7 cars of the crosswalk. And you have to park on the grass, on the cement that's all broken. How that works is everybody's on the side and the street is for vehicles going towards the school. The other section of the street is kind of shut off at that point in time because all the people going to East Side are in that area. They get to park on the street. But that one
It
section,
doesn't sound, okay, what I'll do, I'll have staff look at that. That sounds like another issue.
it's a
Do you have
huge
a
issue.
contact? Have you left a contact information for you, Ms.
Yes.
Brown?
Yes,
Okay. good deal.
$1,180. That was my birthday.
We'll look into it.
Okay, thank you. And we will look into that. Anyone else?
We have Mr. Rolly Gonzalez.
I'm gonna have Javier go ahead and speak up first. I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay, then Javier.
Thank you.
Tengo un problema con el SUAS de la ciudad.
He's having a problem with the sewage system in his city.
La ciudad me hizo abrir 3 huecos
The
en
city
diferentes
asked him-
lugares.
The city asked him to open up
Excuse
three
me.
holes in
Can
different
you give
areas.
his address, please?
¿Cuál es la dirección?
Mi casa es 214 South Coron Street. Yo soy el dueño de la casa. 214 South Coron, no, 214 San Benito.
214.
No, es porque
San
tengo varias
Benito.
propiedades.
214 San Benito.
South what? Benito?
Yeah, San Benito.
San Benito.
Okay, go ahead.
The city has asked him to go ahead and open the holes to find the sewage on his new property 3 times, and 3 times it's been unsuccessful.
No se encontró la boca para hacer, tú sabes, sewage.
They haven't been able to find the opening to connect to the sewage. And please correct me here.
Okay.
Entonces la
Look,
solución.
let me talk to, is Lynn in the audience?
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes,
Dile que
let
lo
Lynn
único
speak
que
on that
afecta a la
behalf. They've been working with this customer. He can finish, but just let Lynn finish up.
Dile que eso es lo único que le falta a la casa.
That's the only thing he's waiting on for the house to be
Para
finished.
terminar, es lo único que falta.
Okay, you let Lynn speak on that behalf. I think she'll tell you where that's been left.
Oh,
La solución que ellos buscaron era que ellos rompieran un dragway,
The solution that they've
que
had,
ellos
that they
rompieran el
found
dragway que
for
hace
him-
20 años que está, o más de 20 años, que ellos dicen, después que me han dicho que lo rompa 3 veces en diferentes lugares y no ha aparecido la boca. Yo creo que la ciudad es la que me tiene que decir, conéctate aquí, mira, el hueco está aquí, y yo conectarme, no yo ponerme a romper por aquí y por allá.
I see you shaking
No,
your head going like this, and I'm like,
I was
think
there.
you understand Spanish, okay?
Yeah.
So you've been there, that property as well.
I would like to know what he just said.
I was gonna say, can you translate?
Yes. That they have tried several times to go ahead and make amends with them to try to just go ahead and connect, but they just keep telling him, you have to break your driveway that's been there for over 20 years. And he just doesn't want to break the driveway because if he breaks the driveway and he may break something else, and he can be responsible for it. But
Yeah. So the property predates the driveway, and there's a clay sewer line that runs right in front of the property and a stub out. But unfortunately, the stub out ends right where the driveway was installed. And now that they want to connect sewer, the stub out is underneath the driveway. And we've said that, we provide sewer service there, but it's a clay pipe, and there's a stub out there, and that's where you have to make the connection. And Josh has gone there and shown him our maps. Mike Young, the last meeting we had, Chris was there with the owner and his wife, and we made an offer. We said we can bring our staff in for $1,500, and we'll actually do the work. We'll excavate the driveway for you, and we'll connect the sewer there, because clay pipe's kind of fragile, and we have to be careful. If they do the work themselves, that risk is on them too, if they damage the facilities. So that was where we left it.
Does the whole driveway have to go?
I don't think
Or
so.
just a section?
It's just they tried to excavate, the owner can correct me, but when we were there, he tried to dig under the driveway and actually created more of a issue there now, because the driveway itself is unstable. So we did put an offer in writing and gave it to them there that day.
Ellos mandaron a romper, pero yo quería estar seguro porque ahí no hay nada. Eso es muy viejo, ahí no hay nada.
He says it's over X amount of years. It's been too old. They asked him, Mr. Cooper, I believe he drew where he needed.
El señor que está ahí,
He told him exactly where it was, that he felt that it was right there. He went and he dug right under to try to find. He went real under. I saw some pictures, and he couldn't find anything whatsoever. That's why he's asking for you guys' help now. It's been a
él me
very long
prometió
time.
que si yo no lo encontraba ahí, él me hacía una boca.
He just stated that you promised him that if you couldn't find it, you guys go ahead and opening on it.
Y ahí no había nada.
Thank you.
What does resolution look like for the customer? That's a question for Javier.
¿Qué solución
What is he asking?
Okay, ¿qué tú quisieras hacer?
La tubería mía está recta. Eso es fácil.
His pipe is straight.
Venir la ciudad, que eso no le toma ni medio día, abrirle un hueco, hacerme la conexión para yo poderme conectar directo.
He's just asking for the connection is coming straight out. If the city could just come in straight out and just put in an opening for him right there, a connection opening straight out. So that won't have to. So he won't have to destroy his driveway as well.
Dile que yo tengo 2 lotes y ya estamos casi al final del segundo lote, para el tercero.
That he has 2 lots and he's almost at the 3rd lot already, and they can't even find the opening.
Ya, dile que 3 ocasiones he abierto.
Dale un chance. Go ahead, Chris.
So the problem is, we've already gotten quotes to tap into the street. We have to cut the street. We have to make it a live tap into the sewer. It's probably going to cost us between $8,000 and $15,000 to do that. We are convinced that the sewer is already on the property. We already did it 83 years ago whenever we ran these sewer lines. We already put a stub out on the property. Where he dug, he tunneled underneath it, which now, in my opinion, he undermined underneath it. Now the dirt's not compacted. It's going to be a problem down the road whenever somebody drives across this and cracks the concrete in the median because of what he did. And he dug about 5 feet. Our mark is at 7 feet. So he didn't even dig far enough because he hit a rock. And then he just quit digging. And we believe that right on the other side of the rock is the pipe. That when he says that I didn't honor my word, he didn't dig far enough. He didn't dig where we asked him to dig to.
No, I'm sorry. He didn't mention that you didn't honor
Okay.
that. He's always been respectful to you as well, and he
Ahora yo le quiero hacer una
enjoys
pregunta.
having a conversation with you guys because he tells me the same.
Chris,
in
Chris, I
Spanish.
have a question for you. You said he went to 5 feet, but you marked it at 7 feet.
I didn't mark it, utilities marked it. And
Utilities
this was
mark it at
months
7 feet,
before I
and
got
so
here.
they're absolutely sure that that's where it's at 7 feet. Lynn? 98% sure. Okay.
And what we told them is if we dig it and it's not there, it's our problem, we're gonna eat it. That's a commitment that we made to them. We say it's here. If it's not here,
Put
it
a
is our
camera
problem.
down. Have y'all put a camera down there yet? I mean,
Yeah, they did, Jimmy. They had a lot of fluids. They tried to pump it out. That's the last report I got on that. So I think that's the option we gave them. But I think if this guy is dragging it out like this, I think Lynn, just go ahead, cut the driveway, put it on us, and then we'll send him a bill. I mean, we don't need to drag something out that we've been working with the customer on and on. We've gone above and beyond. We had our vac truck, we've had jetters, we've had cameras, he's had plumbers. So, this is an issue that it's been kind of drug out. So I think we just need to do it ourselves, and we send them a bill. And we'd be done with it.
Send him what bill?
$1,500 bill.
$1,500 bill?
$1,500
Sounds
bill
like
that
that's
he
the
was
quote.
told about.
Is that the quote?
I believe that's
You are happy with
what it
that?
was.
We're covered?
Ellos te pusieron en escrito que te iban a cobrar $1,500 solamente y se iban a conectar.
No, no, eso es mentira. Ellos dijeron que iban a abrirle el hueco y que yo era responsable
Ok.
de abrirlo,
Ok.
de cerrarlo y echarle el concreto.
Okay, Mr. Pittman, so where are we at? $1,500 bill for them, and we're gonna get it connected, get it done?
What did he say?
That's what the quote is that Lynn,
Well, what he was saying is that it's not true, it's not true, it's not true, so I'm trying to stop
But
him right
Lynn
there.
said, but Lynn said she had it in writing, correct?
Yes, we
¿Tú lo tienes, te lo dieron por escrito?
Tengo que preguntarle a Yancy a ver si Yancy
He-
puede.
provide it again. But at our last meeting, when all of us.
Lynn, you might want to come to the microphone.
At our last meeting, when all of us were there, we did have a written offer that spelled out all of these different
Details and
provisions and
everything.
details, yeah. And I'm sure we can provide that again. We would love to get this
Que ellos van a
resolved.
romper y lo van a arreglar. el
Ellos lo van a
driveway.
hacer, pero te van a mandar un bill de $1,500.
Ok, ellos me van a conectar de la casa, me van a hacer la conexión.
No, de la conexión de la casa no, ellos te van a poner la conexión, y tú vas a conectar después.
Pero ellos van a romper y me van a arreglar el driveway.
You're gonna redo the driveway again, or the driveway is gonna be on his cost? Eso no era parte de la oferta. Ellos te van a abrir, ellos te van a
Pero
conectar.
yo ahora lo que quiero es...
Pero de todas maneras, ellos, bueno, vamos a hablar. De todas maneras, ellos te van a hacer el arreglo ese completo. Ellos se van a encargar del driveway, van a conectarte ahí y ellos van a hacer el trabajo completo. Tú lo que tendrías que hacer es el driveway. Ahora en este momento, como está diciendo ella, que el driveway está inestable. Al tú sacar toda esa tierra, todo eso está inestable en este momento. Entonces, para la precaución, el safety de las personas que lleguen, porque esa es la parte de la ciudad ya, no haya un problema. Entonces lo que quieren hacer ellos bien fuerte es compactarlo correctamente.
Ok, ellos van a romper por $1,500 y me van a hacer la conexión.
La
para
conexión,
conectar.
ya cuando ellos
Ok.
terminen completo, y entonces tú pagarías entonces lo que es el driveway. All right, so
But also, we need the city's incurring costs, I mean, because we have to, we want to hook them up, about 8,000 to 15,000, was that the estimate? That we're going to pay, that we're paying to get it hooked up.
That's what we have to pay if we can't use that tap. If we have to connect it
Have to put it
in.
to
Oh, okay, got it.
avoid tearing up
So
the
hopefully it'll be,
driveway.
that would, okay,
Yeah.
got
but
it.
that would not be incurred on him, as
No,
he's going to
it'd
be
be
a
us.
future taxpayer on that property.
It would be us.
Okay.
Ellos van a romper el driveway, ellos lo van a romper y me van a poner la conexión para que conectamos.
Sí está ahí.
Y si no está,
That's a great question. How about if it's not there? You guys going to repair the driveway?
put a tap in. We'll
That's
put
what
the
he's
tap.
saying,
Oh.
8 to 15,000 is going to cost us to put it in.
To put it, once we break the driveway?
So the offer was, it's $1,500 if we find it.
$1,500 si lo encuentran.
If we dig it up and it's not there and we're wrong, it's on us. We eat the 15,000 and then we do the tap to get sewer to the property.
Okay, $1,500. Si ellos lo encuentran, $1,500. Si no lo encuentran, ellos te arreglan todo eso otra vez y entonces ellos hacen el tap directamente. Y tú no tienes que pagar $1,500.
se rompan el driveway mañana.
Okay, we're good? So
Okay.
Lynn?
So go ahead and break the driveway tomorrow. I'm translating.
Y'all will get the quote back to them, go over in detail with them, the $1,500 quote. We'll find the tap, and that'll be the end of it. If it's not there, then we put in a new tap on us.
Hey, Rolly, you still standing there?
I'm short, but yes. Right here.
Okay. The sidewalk in the driveway, he poured it 4 inches. Where it's going to be crossing the driveway, that's going to be required to be 6 inches.
The
Can you let
6-inch
him know?
sidewalk, right? The new drivewalk, the
Yep.
new walkway going in.
Yes.
6 pulgadas va a
Yes.
tener la cera, el pedacito de cera que entra para el driveway, ok, tiene que ser 6 pulgadas, ahora tiene solamente 4.
Ok, no importa, eso se le echa para adentro.
You'll take care of that. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Good afternoon again. Commissioners, I just want to go ahead and take a minute here, and we talk about transparency in our city, and it's kind of sad, you know. I'm going to talk about this person that, and forgive me, God, okay. I'm going to talk about this person that spoke really negative about me in social media made comments with emojis, and actually sent me to the elections of Code of Ethics with a complaint on October 6th, not October 7th. As the meeting was written on there, we had the meeting here in the city October 6th. I was surprised to get a phone call from Ms. Hillary Highslope, and I just couldn't believe the phone call was coming in. And I don't have any body blocked on my phone, so therefore the calls will come in. And Ms. Hillary Highslope, I believe it was genuine, but she sent me an email,
A voice.
voicemail, and I want you to hear it.
Hillary Highslope, and I am extending an olive branch. I would like to speak with you regarding your take on the other night's meeting. I don't know. There are a couple things I'd like to touch on with you. If you could give me a call at your earliest convenience, I would appreciate it. The number is 863-447-9254. I should be available most of the day. So just give me a call if you're open to it. Give me a call. Thanks.
So, I ask myself every day, a person that speaks negatively of you, a person that spoke nasty stuff on social media. My kids saw all that stuff. And you have this commissioner here sending me this message. I want to be transparency. So I want transparency to the residents of Clewiston. Therefore, I ask you now, what questions would you like to ask me in front of the audience, in front of the cameras, that you believe that I'm no good to this community, but you still want to hear from me?
Sure. I think that's a valid question, and I'll be happy to answer that for you. While we have had our disagreements in the past, I don't think that I bear the entire brunt of all of that, but that's fine. If you want to, portray it that way, or if you really think that, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't particularly like the way all of that went down. Maybe I wanted to speak about that. Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether I agree with the way you approach things or not, you have built a platform for yourself in this community. And I think that matters.
It's an honest, transparent platform. I know that this town, people have, in a communist country, they speak negatively of you so they can tear you apart. But once those residents and those people have got to know who I am, then once they sit down with me, they have a change of heart.
So I had questions about the people that do communicate with you. What are they thinking? I heard from plenty of residents throughout the last 2 or 3 weeks. But maybe I didn't hear from the ones that you heard from, or maybe I wouldn't hear from the ones that you heard from. So I felt like it would be important to open some dialogue, for all the residents, if that makes sense.
Oh, maybe you could have gone back to social media and speak all that negative stuff you said about me. Maybe you would have gotten maybe more reactions. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, is there
Can I
any?
just say one thing?
Sure.
Okay, at the beginning, really, of her voicemail, Hillary said she wanted to throw out an olive branch. And I'm not sure that you understand what an olive branch is. An olive branch means,
Ma'am, I'm educated, and I also use the same
it's
chat
nothing to
GPT.
do
It's the
with
same chat GPT
education.
that I used, the same chat GPT that she used
she
with her
threw
letter that
out
she
an
spoke the other day.
olive branch,
Thank
which
you.
means
I understand what it
that
means.
she wanted to talk to you
I know what it means.
peacefully.
I know what it means.
But
know-
nobody on this commission is
Mr. Pittman, you
condemning
wanna-
you or talking ugly about you or to you.
Did you say about the commission? No,
I've
no,
always,
I
and
didn't-
the commission has always been here for you.
I didn't speak about you and negatively. Never. I have never spoken negatively about you. As a matter of fact, I always send you my
And I've never
regards with my
said you
mother-in-law.
have.
When you cut her hair and all that, she speaks very nicely of you, and I have a lot of respect for you. But when you speak negatively of me, and my children hear about it, That's when we have a problem.
But
It's
listen,
okay.
as much as you don't
Thank
like
you.
it, Rolly, I am allowed to have an opinion. Just because I sit up here doesn't mean that I can't have an opinion on something.
This is not the place for it. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else?
I have another comment card. There's no name, but the address is 820 East Sugarland. Mechanic shop.
This poor guy. He's like, maybe not.
Now this, hang on just a minute. This is, you're on the agenda, so I want to make sure there's no more comment cards with non-agenda items. Okay. So let's go back into order. We have a presentation first. Okay, VDCI, you're up. This is our mosquito spraying killing contractor.
This is the clicker.
This is the clicker.
Okay. Where am I looking?
I'm right behind Joe.
There we go.
Got the whole.
He said that you would have to click it.
There we go. Good evening. Now I'm going to put you to sleep with a little discussion on mosquitoes.
Ma'am, I can promise you, nobody's gonna go to sleep. That's the topic of discussion for days.
Hi, my name is Lita. I work for VDCI. I'm the contract manager over you guys' mosquito control efforts. And we've been doing this for about 3 years now for the city of Clewiston. So I'm here to take some of the heat off of poor Lynn there, who jumped into this. Just kind of, if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to stop me. So vector disease control, what we do for mosquito control is typically called integrated mosquito management. And I'm going to go over some best practices in what we do. So integrated mosquito management, also known as IMM, uses several components to control mosquitoes and arboviruses. First, some of those are surveillance, which is basically just setting traps, using ourselves as live bait, getting landing rates, so that way we know what mosquitoes you guys are dealing with, and that helps us know where to look for those mosquitoes, because there are many different species and they all breed in different habitats. And they all, well, they don't all vector diseases, but depending on the species, they vector different diseases. Then there's chemical control, public outreach, which is what I'm doing right now. Source reduction, which is basically if you have like a bucket outside of your house, tipping it over, dumping the water out. Biological control, which is pesticide application, and then evaluation, which is basically going back and getting some more counts and making sure your product's working. So I was down here 2 weeks ago to do some drone larviciding, and I stopped to get something to eat at the store, and a gentleman was very upset because he asked if we were spraying tonight, and I told him we were trying to, but we couldn't. It was too windy. So the label for us is the law. Whatever the label says is what we have to follow. If that label says you can't spray in miles and wind over 10 miles per hour, like we just can't do it. The risks, the consequences of us breaking the label are fines up to $25,000. We could lose our license, or worse, jail time. So if we say like we can't spray in rain, the wind for all of them has to be above 1 mile per hour. There are some wiggle room there. If you guys had a disease case, then we could go and spray if winds were above 10, but they can't be ridiculously above 10. So anything outside of a disease case, like we have to follow that label to the letter. So the mosquito life cycle. The entire process can take anywhere from 3 days to a month. That's largely environmentally dependent. In hot, humid areas, it takes about 3 days. Females can live for a few weeks. Male mosquitoes can live up to 10 days. Sorry, guys. And the females can lay anywhere from 100 to 300 eggs in her lifetime. Any questions about mosquitoes?
Lita, I do have some questions. I know that we put I think Lynn can probably, we put the hotline number up. And can you tell us how many calls you're getting, the information on, and when are you spraying?
So we've been getting probably about 20 a day. It's kind of died down a little bit. We sprayed, we have 2 chemicals down here. Both of them, you can't spray any more than once every 3 days. Another issue you run in, even if you could, is just in all of mosquito control across the world, there are only 2 classes of chemicals available for any mosquito professional to use. So repeated use of those creates resistance. One of them, the permanone, you can take any mosquito sample from anywhere in the state of Florida and you're gonna have resistant mosquitoes to that chemical already. It's in over-the-counter products, it's in general pest control products. So you have to balance the mosquitoes you're having, the number of mosquitoes you're having. Are they vectors for any disease? Is there disease present with what the community threshold is, and then go from there. Right now, I've been over there behind that field, behind the Walmart, and I can tell you they're atrocious over there. So we are trying to get you guys sprayed twice a week, once for the whole town, and then towards the end of the week, individualized zones.
Do those sprayings include aerial? It's still only every 3 days, even with aerial?
So that's a good question. I'd have to look at the diagram label. That's something our aerial department takes care of. And so there's all kinds of, they're called signal words on labels. The one they spray out of the plane has a skull and crossbones on it. So it's probably got stricter time frames on it than what we can do from the ground.
Y'all did fry Friday night, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
And when's the next one that you guys are gonna?
For aerial or for?
Well, both.
So aerial, you guys have to put that request into us.
Okay.
I don't have one for you guys yet. The ground will go tomorrow night.
Is there an optimum time to spray the ground?
Absolutely. Anytime after sundown.
Which that's what we've actually, this is Danny, sorry, this is what we've been requesting. And I think you're aware that 6 to 9 is where we'd like that slot to be. And I think we thought we had put in another aerial, but I'll get with Mike tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen one. He may have. I've been on the road all day, so I haven't checked my email yet, but it might be in there. But typically the label says you can start spraying from sundown until sun up. Certain, and again, it's species dependent because certain species are more active like right at that sundown period, and then they're gone by like 12 midnight. Others are out right up until sun up, and you can keep spraying.
They seem to be pretty bad right at dusk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think 9, 10 o'clock is doing much. It's probably killing a couple, but you can ask anyone that lives around here that goes outside. That's
They'll
the
tear you
time
up.
that they nail you.
Yeah. And another thing, we just want to let you guys know we are aware of your problem. Clewiston is a special town. You guys are getting it from everywhere. You have the Everglades. You have all these sugarcane fields that breed mosquitoes heavily. You've got Okeechobee Lake back there. So even if we sprayed every night, Like, you've got so much outside habitat for mosquitoes that you guys just get inundated with them, but we're on it.
What about for events? Like we're an event, if we have an event?
If you give us enough notice, we can come down and we can barrier spray around that event and ULV the night before. The barrier spray is probably the best because it has a residual, and we can put that out and it lasts for about 20, 30 days.
Okay, good.
But yeah, just give us enough notice and we can take care of that.
And Lita, I guess there's not a barrier spray big enough to go around the whole town.
No, I wish there was.
All right.
Have our trunk and treat.
Okay. Well, Lynn, can you put that request in? Okay.
Where's Tent City?
Where the sugar field is,
Oh,
sugar,
okay.
sugar festival.
Yep. Yeah, just get the information to Lynn. She'll get it to me and we'll take care of it. Yep.
Okay.
All
Any
right.
other questions?
I saw them out today working, so.
Yeah, good. That's that's where I like them.
I mean, it was daylight, but there are still mosquitoes in the daylight.
Yeah, that's the main line of defense is actually what goes on in the daytime. You want to try and kill as many of them as you can in the larval stage, because they're not going to bite you. They're not going to be a nuisance. It's a lot easier to kill them in the water than it is to kill a flying adult. So.
And you mentioned something about dumping over a bucket of water or something. Is there specific tips that we can give our property owners or residents to minimize?
Yeah, it's called tip and turn. Actually, just have them, especially, if they know it's raining, it's rained, just take a quick lap around your property, and if you see anything that can collect water, just tip it over or get rid of it. It takes a bottle cap full of water can breed mosquitoes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't have to stick around if you have a drive to make, but you're welcome to. So you're welcome to slip out of here.
Thank you.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you, too, Lita.
Okay, 2 items for discussion, consideration of the special exception for 805 North Lopez.
So this is a gentleman that built a structure to store his boat in without pulling a permit. He built it 6 feet into a public utility easement. Sorry? 8.5 feet into a public utility easement and 2 feet off of the side property line. And the P&Z's suggestion or recommendation was to deny it.
And I see this is just for discussion purposes. Is that correct? We're not making a decision on this?
We did not advertise in time for it to be decided on tonight.
Okay, so there's no permit pulled and it's over into the city easement and doesn't meet the setback requirements
It
on
doesn't meet the side setback, and it's
Okay.
too far into the utility easement.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
The next discussion. Go
He
ahead.
did actually email us today, willing to move it forward out of the utility easement if that was something that y'all wanted. I personally don't know how he could do that. It's got a concrete foundation, so, but he did email offering to move it.
But it would still be on them, the 2
It would
feet
still be
on the
2 feet
side.
off of the side property line,
And what's it supposed to be?
7.5.
Okay.
How much, Chris?
The side setback is 7.5. The rear is 10.
Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe it'll be resolved before it's advertised the next time. Item 3 is also discussion on 815 East Sagamore. I'm sorry, 820 East Sugarland. Additional use application.
Good evening. Hi. I just bought the relaxing hotel.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Erez.
Okay.
Erez Tal. Yes. And we're right now in demolition. Hopefully in a week it could be done. This old building, we're excited about it. Only issue I have is we need to have a garage so we can work on a vehicle and a customer. We're going to put a golf cart. It's going to be the main. Going to be the power sport big time. And for what I understand, this is the issue I have right now with the project to continue.
And that's because it's in the Main Street corridor plan?
Is right after the main street, is over the alley. Is on 815 where we're going to build.
But we didn't prohibit this use. When
No,
we
we-
redid section 110, we just made it conditional.
Additional, right, that he had to come before us, right?
Okay.
So I have a question, Mr. Tall.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that it? Mr.
Yes.
Tall? Do you have a plan of what it's gonna look like? Because to me, the aesthetics of it is important. You know, we have, let's say, a dealership here in town, and they have mechanic bays, and they're enclosed, and then they have the garage door that goes up and down. And so-
Exactly, the same.
So, okay, because that's what I'd like to see it.
Yes.
And, you know, because we do already have it on the highway. So I would like to see that plan that you have. I don't know if you had anything tonight.
I have some picture going to be similar. Can pass it. Or?
Is it on there's a little drawing they gave us, is the garage proposed to be on the backside?
Going to be on the
Further
side.
south.
On the side. Going to be the long, on a 275-foot wide. But in the front of it, going to be the showroom display, and the overhead door going to be right to the other side, like more
so-
to Sagamore.
So Sagamore, so these bays would be facing Sagamore?
No,
Okay, not that-
no, not facing. It can be on side.
So they would be, it's a square piece of property on 27, and then the alley, and then he's got several lots back there. It would be on the west side of the lot facing to the east, so the garage doors would be facing into his property, not out to the road.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is it the blue square on the map that you gave us? Looks like that's, okay.
That particular lot, with the garage doors facing to the east.
Pass that back.
Okay, well, it's only for discussion. It's not, I mean, it's not prohibited as long as,
We keep it clean and nice. That's the way we operate.
Well, it's just so nice to see the old motel come down.
Yes.
That-
We are
I'm happy
excited
to
too
see the
about it.
demo.
Yeah.
Well, and I spoke to Chris about this on Friday. I had a couple of questions, ahead of this meeting. And Chris indicated that section 110 that we redid, the fencing and all of those hedging and all of, the parameters that we wanted businesses in the downtown corridor to stay within, that this business owner has already, made plans for all of that so that he stays, well within compliance of our
Right.
downtown corridor.
Yes.
Which I can appreciate, so
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
okay, we can't make a decision, but you'll bring it back when it's advertised.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank
Mr. Tall.
Okay, now we have 815 East Sagamore Avenue.
No.
That was him.
Oh, that was him.
That was
Oh,
all
that was
together,
the
yeah.
address on the
Yep,
backside.
that's the backside address.
Okay, good. Now, I know you have a walk-on, so go ahead and let's
That
do that
is,
one now.
what's the address for that one? 703 Saginaw. We have an application for a variance for a shed that the homeowner wishes to put it 2 feet off of the property line. P&Z had no qualms with it. I particularly do, just because, in my opinion, a variance should be when our ordinances create an undue hardship on a particular landowner, like a pie-shaped lot, and they can't have a shed in the backyard because of the setbacks. That, to me, is what a variance is reserved for, not just, If we say yes to one, down the line, who do we say no to? And what would be our reasoning for saying no to them? So, again, we can't decide on that tonight.
Haley, what happens if we say yes to like one property owner and then someone comes in with the same sort of request and we say no? Do we open ourselves up to any legal action?
We do open it up to challenge. So 110-61 is where you're going to find your variance requirements, and you do have to meet all of those requirements legally in order for it to be a valid variance. So when we start, now if they can meet all the requirements, then it is a valid variance. But if it's not a valid variance, if we deviate from those requirements, then it is subject to challenge.
I believe that what it says is if our ordinances create a particular hardship on this landowner that's not particular to any other landowner, that would be the case where you could variate from our ordinances. So.
I assume it's your shed. Is there a reason why you want to put it there?
My property goes for the 10.
Excuse me.
Outside, so it'd be 2.5. So I have another shed.
Did you,
Sorry.
you need to come up here, sorry.
Apologies, if you wanted to speak, you would have come up, but I'm just curious.
My property goes 7.5 feet outside the fence, so the 2.5 off the back would be fine. And all I have is a park back, the city park that nothing is on. And 7.5 feet off the side, they told me to get a letter from my neighbor saying that he didn't mind, which he didn't. It's just kind of a big shed. It's just wasted space to have 7.5 feet. If I could just push it back a little bit closer to the edge of the property, still 2.5, whatever, 3 feet off. 2.5 is what I put on there, but whatever. But I just thought 7.5 was just kind of a big shed, a wasted space taking up the yard. That's all.
Those lots, if I remember, Tommy, those lots, aren't they circular in the back?
No,
Isn't
they're
they-
square.
They're square?
Mhm.
Okay, but on the other side is a park.
But it's
It's
In
a
my
grassy
back-
area.
In my back field
Okay.
is a big rectangle park.
Okay, but this
And there's
isn't-
no power lines, no anything back there or anything, and, you know.
It's kind of hard not to, without having something in front of us to see
Yeah.
what all that, so.
It's just open, there's nothing there in the park.
There's nothing or nobody ever there. They used to practice some baseball with little kids and stuff, but they don't even do that for years, so there's
Okay.
nothing back there in that park.
It'll be on our agenda for next month? Okay.
We can't vote on it tonight because it
It's
wasn't
not advertised?
No, it was supposed to be on the agenda is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Been overwhelmed lately with short staff and different things, so I apologize for that. But
I've had everything turned in since before your last commission meeting. And then I got a letter Thursday, and by the time I turned it right back in Friday and paid $500, they said it was too late to get on here. But I've been waiting for 5 or 6 weeks, so it was supposed to be on the agenda for today.
we'll definitely.
Legally, we can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, we really can't even kind of give you a nod, yes
Okay.
or no.
That sounds like it's a no, but okay. All right.
But anyway, thank you. Okay. Next is our consent agenda. Everyone's had a chance to look over
Scroll
that.
back up there.
If you want to pull anything, you can.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Okay, motion by Gardner,
Second.
second by Edmonds. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we have two resolutions. 10's been pulled. So item number 9 is the consideration of resolution 2025-57.
You're on 2025-57, Mayor?
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be, I think David's in the audience if he wants to add, but this is going to be where we had the water line for Della Tobias, which was a $1.7 million job. And then we had a $4 million job that was feeding to the airport. Well, that job, since we've had it for about 2 or 3 years, has increased about $7.8 million. So our recommendation was to go to DEP and combine these jobs and also get Pasadoma, which helped fund this. But anyway, what we did, we combined these two jobs and it comes up to about 6.2 million, I believe, if David wants to correct me. We're removing the 8-inch on Della Tobias and we're relocating the 16 that was feeding on Georgia Boulevard. It will go through Tobias and then feed up to 27. So if David would like to add anything
Sure. Dave
or any
Trudeau.
more questions.
Sure, Danny. Dave Trudeau with Johnson Engineering. Just a couple things to add what Danny mentioned. Combining these projects just saves a lot of construction costs on the two projects. It accomplishes what we want with the water quality issue in Harlem. That was the main purpose of Della Tobias. And it also provides a big trunk line to the western part of the city. Initially, the 6-inch that went out to Everglades was supposed to feed the Everglades Airport. That has gone away. There was a bunch of future developments out that way that were forecasted that this pipeline out to Everglades just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Those are all future, nothing committed. So I think Danny thought of the idea, said, hey, why don't we combine these two just to save costs, to get water quality issues solved in Harlem, and to get a trunk line to the west part of the city, which will future serve Clewiston South, Clewiston North, and then 440, which was just annexed in. So it's just all in all a much better product, I think.
So this water line, it looks like it ends, does it run down 27 to where the map shows, or does it stop
It stops at 27. So on
at the end of Lewis?
Lewis to 27. Yep. So that's if you're looking at the map now, that's the two different projects.
Okay.
And then click to the next one. That's zooming in on Della Tobias is the light blue. And then the third page, that's the final product. That's what the final product's going to look
It
like.
does not run all the way down?
It doesn't go
Okay.
west because there's nothing committed right now within the city for that water main to serve.
But that water main going out to Lewis and stopping will be big enough to serve the north side, south side, and annexation property?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then as part of Clewiston South, they'll loop a 12-inch water main into the 12, and it'll help. Loops are better with water mains in general, large loops. So as part of the future Clewiston North, South, and the annexation area, it'll all be looped to this trunk line system.
Okay, great. Any other questions? If not,
Kaylee,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, everything's okay with changing that?
So what this resolution is doing today is doing the change orders through Johnson, and I believe, Lynn, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have to go to the state to make sure that we're okay to combine these grants. That's where the letter of support from Senator Pasadomo comes in, and as soon as the state says yes, then I believe the grant agreement is coming back to you all for consideration next month.
Yeah, the change orders actually are less money in design for both. We took money out, as you can see in there. It'll put more money towards construction, just coming out of the design contract inherently to construction, so, which helps as well. So,
Okay, I'll read the resolution, and then if there's any more questions, we can surely ask them. Resolution number 2025-57, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Clewiston, Florida, approving Johnson Engineering LLC change order number 1 regarding the Everglades Water Main Extension Project, and approving change order number 1 regarding the Community of Harlem Water Main Extension, authorizing the appropriate city officials to execute the agreement, providing for severability, conflict, and an effective date. To approve?
I'll motion that we approve 2025-57.
Okay, motion by Hoslow, second by Edmonds. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I do have one question, I'm so sorry. I know that you said that we had to send this to the state, but what kind of time frame are we looking at overall on this project?
so as far as design, once we get approval from the state, we're already actually working on the design to combine the two. We were confident that it was going to go through after we got the letter from Pasadomo. So we'll be finishing up design within the next month. We'll have to get an ERP permit, which takes 2 to 3 months. The rest of the permitting can be done in that same time frame. So I would say second quarter of next year, we can go to construction ballpark, assuming that the state says it's okay.
All right, great. While we got you here, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Okay, come on.
Just give us a brief update on Ventura.
So Ventura, Tetra Tech, a few things are going on with Ventura. The Central Avenue, we were looking to add those parking spots in. They came back with a change order that we weren't really on board with, so we limited just the Ventura section to them. They're working through finalizing those plans, getting them back to the state. It's taking a little bit longer than we want, but we're trying to crack the whip on them. Lynn and Danny and I are trying to keep them going. But it's just going to be the Ventura section, and then we'll come back and do the central section later on. So not as fast as we want, but we're still pushing.
Okay, good. All right, I'm good. No, any questions? All right, we'll move on. Okay, as you know, item 10's been yanked from the agenda. Item 11 is resolution number 2025-61. And that is for the FDLE drone replacement. Chief, would you like to come up and just give us a brief explanation? I know we already have a drone, right?
We do not have a drone.
Oh, we don't have one at all, okay.
So the replacement, as I was talking to Commander Levens, we talked about it, and the replacements is for the ones that were like Chinese made and stuff, so they're replacing all those. So we are actually asking for one of the newer ones that they have now.
This is part of a grant?
Yes,
All right, that's the good part.
yes, sir.
Okay, I'll read it by title, and if any more questions. So resolution 2025-61, a resolution authorizing the City of Clewiston Police Department to apply for funding pursuant to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Drone Replacement Financial Agreement Program. Motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Motion
Second.
by Edmund, second by Gardner. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, don't crash it.
I will.
Okay, we'll move on to city staff comments. Manager Williams?
Yeah, I'd like to thank US Sugar. They just held a golf tournament in memory of Jody Rush, and they raised $5,000, and actually the proceeds are given to the junior golf program. So I just want to thank Sugar for supporting us. Great job. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right, city attorney?
Nothing to report.
All right, city staff, any directors have anything else? We're through the budget, Randy, the old budget. Looks like we got it wrapped up and we were positive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, okay. Yeah, congratulations on that. Okay, commission comments, Commissioner Edmonds?
I'm good.
Okay, Vice Mayor Heislow?
The only thing that I wanted to touch on just real quickly is in our agenda, when we do the consent agenda, we have the receive and file for monthly staff reports. And I don't think that this is all inclusive. Danny, you can correct me. Well, I know it's not all inclusive. I would really like to see all of our departments turning in monthly staff reports.
So is there some, are you saying
Make
there's-
sure.
there's not some departments on there?
Right. We have city clerk, we have finance, we have community development, we have police, and we have utilities. I would think
So recreation.
recreation, golf, and fire. And we used to get all of that, you know, like the golf numbers and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
too. And I saw some fire emails coming through for a while, but I haven't seen one in quite some time. But I think that all the departments should turn that stuff in. And I know Francesca's gonna love chasing that down.
So all you gotta do is tie it to their paycheck.
That's it, thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Gardner?
I do. The budget was brought up, so Randy, during the budget cycle and then after the budget cycle, you probably need to come up here because I want to make sure we don't miss anything. During the budget cycle, we had talked about, that we were still waiting for some funds, and then I noticed in the agenda item that some of the departments are not, it looks like there's maybe some funding that's missing, or there's some expenses that we did not anticipate. And so I know we talked about getting together the commission afterwards and go through some of this stuff, because I'm concerned with some of the information we received after the last budget workshop. And when I look at, a deficit in a pension of over $100,000 for pensions paid, I'm worried about that. I'm not sure what happened, but I'd like for us to get to the bottom of it. And Danny's, I know he's on Zoom, but I think that when we were talking about sharpening our pencils, we really meant it. But now I know that was for last year's budget, so I don't know what happened. So I just want to make sure that it's clear to all of us, because at the 9/30 ending date, that's a big hit that we're short from what we actually budgeted. And so I would just like for us to have, a follow-up budget workshop.
Sure. Workshop?
Yeah,
And-
to talk about it, because, I didn't go through all the departments. I saw some were a little bit off, but that one just, really came up. And so I just think we need to know exactly what's going on there. I mean, it was a $300,000 budget. It was $300,000, I think, that was budgeted for pension, and we're over by $100,000 or $200,000. We budgeted $200,000 and we went over to $300,000 on pensions. And so I just want to make sure I understand it, but I wanted to publicly follow up that we talked about sitting down and going through these numbers again.
And I think what you're referring to is specifically the firefighter pension. And because that plan was initiated or created in 2022, the first few years have a giant catch-up to where the contribution is for every dollar of payroll, whether it's for the full-time staff or the volunteers, 70% has to go to the pension. And for that department, just the calls, the volume of calls, and, that goes into a whole bunch of things, is where the calls went and that kind of thing. They were over a fair amount, about 51,000, and then that just piles on to now we have to add the additional 70% to go into this pension for I don't know how many years until that comes down to a more reasonable number, such as FRS, which is about 35% for the police. So, we're still at the high end of that. But sure, I understand, and I think
I think we need to have a follow-up, because there was some other stuff, just to me, I think it was some of the commissioners asked for salary and benefits, and we received that after that budget workshop for this 24-25 year. And then after that, we received additional information, and it just looked like the pensions were out of whack. And I just want to make sure that if I'm looking at it wrong, I want to understand what I'm looking at.
Understood. And it's reasonable,
because
sure.
it was quite a bit pension amounts. Some of those pension amounts were higher than what starting salary is for some of our police officers. So I'm just concerned that I want to understand it.
Yeah,
And I didn't want to make sure that there was no errors or there was no issues. So I think we need to have a follow-up final budget for the 9/30 year.
And that sounds great. And with pension specifically, it's easy to track those dollars. There's not a big guessing game on our part as to what goes in there. So I'm confident the numbers are good. We just have to present the calculations and
Okay,
show.
well,
where
we need
those
to
all
look
went.
at it
So,
then, because I'm
understood.
concerned. Okay.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to propose dates right now, but I can get with Danny and we can set that up. And in the meantime, if we can just get some specific questions that we can get the info to. I think that's a reasonable request, and it won't be hard to put it together.
But we did have a couple of departments that came in over budget,
Right.
per se.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was the one that jumped out
Yeah,
to me, so.
fair. Yeah, it was a big amount.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Danny, you'll propose a couple of dates, maybe early November-ish?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that okay with?
I'll get with Randy. We'll meet and
deal.
get together, present something to you guys.
I think that this also, one more last comment. I think that, we've accomplished a lot on this agenda, things that we've been working on for many years, and I think it's so important. These projects are going to help redeveloped Clewiston. But I can't get past some of the stuff that's happened, since the first of the year, behind the scenes. I'm just concerned, things that even happened last week. Kelly, I don't know how to go about this, but I don't know if we could make a request on behalf of the city to contact Tallahassee FDLE or the Attorney General, because I want it, we talked about transparency. I think Mr. Gonzalez mentioned that. I want transparency. All that's happened and all the things that we've had to go through, I'm just concerned, and I want another set of eyes looking at what's happening here or what's happened. So I don't know if one person can make that request, but I'm really concerned with I hear lots of rumors, I hear lots of speculation, but I think another set of eyes on what's occurred by inviting FDLE, from Tallahassee down here, the Attorney General, to look at all this stuff. To me, what happened here has eroded the public trust of our community. I've had comments saying, my gosh, what is going on? I heard the pastor talk about corruption. He didn't point the finger at us, but that's what everybody's thinking. This wouldn't have happened if there wasn't corruption or if there's something going on. And so I would really want the FDLE from Tallahassee, the Attorney General, from somebody in higher levels and local area to be able to come down and look and see what happened here, because I still don't understand all of it.
Okay. What may be the best option? I would prefer a board vote for that type of action. What I can do is, if we do a follow-up budget workshop, maybe we do a special meeting at that point, and I can bring you back some options of what may be appropriate from an FDLE, from a AG, from a Tallahassee perspective, and we can vote on that action at that point, if that would be acceptable.
I have more that I can say, but I'm not going to right now, but I just think the big picture needs to be looked at, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I can't do this on my own. So I don't know how the other commissioners feel about this and making a request.
Oh, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
We'll see what you bring back, and we'll.
But you need a vote? Okay, I'll make
At least
a motion
consensus.
for the attorney to contact FDLE in Tallahassee and Attorney General's office, explain the situation or send a letter about what's happened here, especially what happened here. I think it was on October the 1st.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Any other comments? Is this gonna
No.
cost us money? Not from you.
No, we'll
from-
pay it.
Well,
We'll just pay it.
I don't believe so, but I'm not sure what all options are out there right this minute. Typically not, but I won't do anything definitive without bringing it back to you all for a vote.
Okay, any further discussion? Is that you, Danny?
Say again?
Heard something over the microphone. Did you have a comment?
No.
Okay. All in favor?
There's a few people.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Anything else?
No, that'll be it for tonight.
All right. No comments from me tonight. That will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. We're adjourned.